Hey YouTubers, it's Valerie with Money Mindset Coach, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about something kind of different that happened to me this week. At work, I work in a kitchen boutique store, and we have a mailbox for Santa Claus, for letters to Santa on the outside of the store. I live in a really small town, 2,000 people. It's a tourist town, and so this is just such a sweet thing to have. And we do have a lot of kids that put letters to Santa in there. So anyway, my boss had actually asked me to check to see if there were any letters in there. And so I went outside, and, it sits kind of low down to the ground because it's a mailbox. But instead of bending over to open the mailbox and to get the letters out, I squatted down. Well, I don't know, being 66, sometimes when I am squatting like that, I end up losing my balance, and I ended up falling backwards, but I just landed on my butt. I mean, it was no big thing. I didn't hurt myself or anything, but I ended up landing on my butt. And it was so funny because chivalry is not dead. It is not dead. Because there were these two guys in a pickup driving by trying to find something on the street that my store is on. And they see me fall like that, and they stop, and the guy on the passenger side jumps out and comes over and literally picks me up, puts his arms under my arms and picks me up. And I mean, I was a bit embarrassed for the fact that I kind of fell like that. I didn't know if anybody else saw me do this, but it's one of those kind of things to where when you do that, you just want to get up as fast as you can. So, to save yourself some embarrassment. But anyway, this guy just hopped out and came over and picked me up. I mean, he was an older guy. Maybe he was brought up to do that. I don't know, but he was very sweet, and he was just the nicest guy. And I thanked him, and I went back into the store. Nobody was in the store at the time because it's a very small store. Nobody was in there at the time, so nobody saw me from inside the store falling. But it's like, I was amused. I was embarrassed. I kind of was like, wow, there are still good people in the world, and that chivalry is not dead. And it was so funny because there's a lady that owns the coffee shop down the street. She came in right after that, and I told her, I said, I got a funny story. And so I told her, and she was like, she said, that is so wonderful. She said, because she's older like me. I don't know. I think I might be older than her. But anyway, she's got grown kids, so she's older. And she told me, she said she was at a wedding and she fell. And you know how many people are at a wedding. Nobody helped her. Nobody helped her. I couldn't believe that. It's like, I mean, I'm sure that guy in the pickup was like, well, I don't know if I ought to get out and help this woman. I mean, so many times people don't do that anymore. A car is by the side of the road. Does anybody stop to help you? No, I think a lot of people are scared. They're scared that something might happen, or you might be looked at a certain way or something like that. So anyway, I just appreciate this gentleman that got out of his pickup and actually picked me up. And I mean, I could have gotten up by myself, but he got me up a lot faster than that. So anyway, that was just a funny story. The other thing that I had happen, and I don't know, I really don't know. I mean, I live here by myself. So when I deal with something like this, it makes me a little nervous because it's not like I have somebody who I can talk to about it. My boyfriend, lives in St. Louis, so he is not nearby. But anyway, yesterday, being a Friday afternoon, I was sitting in my living room, and all of a sudden it just felt like, I mean, I had a sweatshirt on, but I was getting kind of warm. And I don't have my thermostat set that high. I mean, it's, I don't know, maybe 70. I don't set it super high. It doesn't really get that hot in my house. And I was starting to feel a little warm. But I didn't feel like I had a fever or anything. So I get up and I look at my thermostat. And the actual temperature of my house was warmer than what it was set to, which kind of concerned me because I was like, shouldn't be doing that. So I turned the thermostat down, and it was at 70. I turned it down to 60. The heat didn't shut off. And that concerned me. So anyway, I had a few errands to do, so I was going to be gone for a little bit. And I thought, okay, I'll just give it some time. And I'll come home and see. And sure enough, the furnace was still running. So it was between 75 and 80 degrees in my house. So I knew my furnace was not shutting off. Something wasn't right. If there's any HVAC guys out there, if there's any HVAC people that can give me any kind of idea, I would appreciate it. But what I ended up having to do is going to my circuit breaker box. And, nothing is really, I need to put labels, so I know. But I had to just turn stuff off, turn it back on, blah, 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 until I heard that the furnace shut off, and so I knew I had the right one. I shut it off, and it was off for hours before the temperature of my house started to come down. So then what I did is I put it back to heat, set it where I normally do, and just waited. And I waited a long time because it took hours before it came back on naturally. And it's been running fine ever since. I did have the very same thing happen with my air conditioning unit this last summer, where it just ran and ran and ran, and it wasn't shutting off. And so we did the same thing, and it was fine for the rest of the summer. So I am thinking that I think my furnace is okay, but I did call my HVAC plumber guy that has come to my house before, and sure enough, when you go to Google and you look at the hours, you find out, oh yeah, they're closed Saturday and Sunday. So here it was, Friday afternoon, and I was prepared to have somebody come if they could come. But then I talked to my boyfriend later, and no need for that. And if for some reason it does it again, we will do the inexpensive thing of replacing the thermostat and seeing if that solves the problem. The thermostat I have is pretty old, I don't know how old it is, but yeah, it's pretty old. I was a realtor. I was in real estate for a long time, and I saw a lot of thermostats in the time that I did that. Hey, baby. My dog is down here. She's probably saying she wants to go out, so I don't know. But anyway, my furnace is running fine. But for any of you, if you're an older woman and you're living in your house by yourself and your furnace does this is what I did. I turned it off at the circuit breaker, and then I waited for the temperature to come down, and then I turned it back on. It's been fine. It's almost like a reset kind of thing, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's been fine. It's been fine since then. The other thing that I'm going to do is I have an indoor camera right below my thermostat. So I'm going to put some books up, and I've got plenty of books, so I can do that. But I'm going to put my camera up on top of those books because I'm going to be gone for a couple of days. And that way I can keep a look on my thermostat to see what the temperature is. And I can see if that temperature is going off or it's running a lot. So that way I can keep a check on it. But anyway, that was one thing that kind of concerned me, and another thing that was kind of funny that happened to me this week. And you know, life is full of adventures. So anyway, this is just a short. Hey, this was interesting that happened to me, and the whole thermostat thing with the furnace. That could be something that might be of help to somebody if that ever happens to you. So anyway, if you found value in this video, please subscribe, like, share, comment, any of those things. I would positively love it because it helps the channel and it helps it get out. And I will... God, my dog keeps moving my hand on my mouse. She must have to go out or something. Anyway, she's wanting my attention. So, like I always say, use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do it out. See you next time. Bye.